Hi friends. I am Mel Bell. If you are new to this channel, I basically do readings where I pull cards for a message to everybody who watches the videos, and I also discuss spiritual topics. So today I'm going to talk about the Aquarian Age and what it means to us in our society right now. So thank you for watching. Basically, we were in the age of Pisces, and every age lasts approximately 2,160 years. So there are different streams of thought around when we entered the Aquarian Age, but most astrologers believe that we are in it at this time. So some believe that it started in the 60s during the Hippie Movement, and that to me was definitely a precursor to the Aquarian Age. But then there's also the belief that it started in 2012. Personally, I do believe that we went into the Aquarian Age in the 60s. And however, I believe that when we're talking about energies, especially like ages, that those don't just take over. It's not like a flip and you're suddenly in the Aquarian Age. There is this slow transition into the new age. And also when you're looking at time and you're looking at 2,000 years, then when you're looking at the 1960s to now, you're looking at 60 years, which is nothing when you're looking at 2,160 years that an age is in place. So we have a long time to experience the age, the Aquarian Age. And so yeah, I believe it started in the 60s, and we are now starting to really firmly start to feel our selves rooted into that energy. Now, I wanted to read something really quick. So I got these astrology reading cards. This is the book, and I just want to read a little thing in here about Aquarius. So now Aquarius energy basically encapsulates the energy of being an Aquarius. It encapsulates that sign, like the energy of that sign. And so a person can emulate that sign in both positive and negative ways. And in the same way, when we're looking at it as an age, we are seeing it both sides as well. So this one little paragraph here. Okay, so the Aquarius is basically the energy is freedom-loving, rebellious, idealistic, and technological. I have such a hard time with that word. So there's a fixed quality to this energy, and it can make one quite stubborn and intransigent. Intransigent is like not willing to hear somebody else's point of view, not willing to change your own point of view. For although the Aquarian mantra is about change, Aquarius wants to change the rest of the world and does not want to change itself. Those who are Aquarian in nature are very good at telling everyone else how to transform, but they are completely unwilling to accept any advice themselves. So as a Capricorn, I struggle with this myself, feeling like I have the answers and I understand what's going on, and I'm right. Capricorn's often right, though. What can I say? But I wanted to read that because we are seeing Aquarian Age is a time for group consciousness, It's also a time for accelerated technology. So we are seeing group consciousness take place in different ways, and the coronavirus is an example of that, because we are faced with a situation where it's not just us as individuals, it's us as a group, and um, we have to view it as a group, and that's really hard because we've got very individualistic nature, and we have long since pulled away from being villages and watching out for each other. Now we have kind of pulled and withdrawn in to our very inner circle, and really not, we haven't been making choices based on the good of all concerned. And when I say we in this topic, I'm really speaking about the masses, because not everybody will be will fit that description. So some people do, like, they vote for the good of all concerned, and they think about us as a whole. They think of the planet, you know. But there is a mainstream me, mine, you know, kind of belief and energy. So it's really hard to be going into the Aquarian Age. The first struggle is rectifying that, coming to resolution where one side of the energy is my freedom, my desire to be free, my desire to live my life as I want to live it, basically my right to being a sovereign being. And then there is the group consciousness, and everybody considering everyone else. It's a major change in your thought process, to embrace that. And another challenge is that we have a lot of mistrust, distrust, not only in the government, but also in people, because there have been so many things happening, and I'm not talking about just right now, but also just in years and years of, like, what broke us away from being closer as a society. Horrible things happened. That's what caused people to no longer really be a strong community. Like, when I was a kid, I could get in trouble a block away by somebody else's parent. Everybody knew each other. Nobody was afraid to yell at the kid who was doing something bad. Nowadays, you don't do that. And so it'll be very challenging to bring us back together in that way. And what else did I want to mention? So, like, the hippie movement, I felt like was a precursor or a sign that this energy was coming in, because even like the drug use was expanding your consciousness, you know, mind altering, accessing different levels of reality kind of things, realizing that you are a part of the earth and the earth is a part of you, and feeling that unity with everybody else and focusing on love. So that's all very Aquarian Age. Now, if you've got people who are very individualistic, the energy might hit them differently, where they are more feeling that their freedom is being challenged and tested, and them bucking up against the system the system being the Aquarian Age. And when I call it a system, it's like I believe that the ages, the energies, the planets is all a part of a large system. The Aquarian Age does not have feelings. It doesn't care about people. It doesn't like some people and dislike other people. It's an energy, and it has these qualities, and it just is. And how it affects everybody is just a part of this whole cosmic dance that we have going on. And so, some things that we can see happening in the near future is like space travel, where it's no longer just like some astronauts went out in space, but like real space travel for regular people. It's, if you look at it like how quickly we have excelled in technology, such as, for example, myself. I have lived during a time when we only had landlines. I lived during a time when we had the rotary dial phones. I lived during a time where we got cordless phones, and then we got pagers, and then we got cell phones. I lived in a time when we had pagers and we had language. We made an alphabet out of numbers to communicate to each other through pager, through pages, in order to talk to each other. So I was one of the first people to text, and then we went to cell phones, and then we have graduated greatly in the world of cell phones. Like, I am recording a video right now on my telephone that used to be plugged into the wall, and we only had like one in the kitchen and one upstairs in the hallway. So when you look at it that way, I'm not that old, and I have experienced this acceleration of technology. We're going to continue to see this level of speed with technology. And so those kind of advancements are going to be big. We are being challenged to think differently. So, and when I say challenge, it's like the energy is not going to go away because people don't want to participate in it. The energy is going to push because it's there, and it is changing what was, and it is allowing what it is to express itself. It'll express itself through our society, through our actions, our behavior. So when we think about ages, and really this age is the only one that matters now because we're going to be in it for at least 2,000 years. This is the one. This is it. This is what we have to look forward to. So the sooner that people get with the program, and the less painful it is. But people are stubborn. We're all pretty stubborn. There's not a lot of people that love change, especially when the change is not about them. It's not their choice. People buck up against the system. And at the same time, that very thing, bucking up against the system, is an Aquarius trait. So how is that translated in our society? What is that going to look like when people are supposed to come together with group consciousness, and group consciousness being when we're all thinking about the best for everybody? How does that work when you're also very much concerned about your own freedom? It is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out in our society. Let's see, psychically, I see people breaking up like in I don't know, I feel like groups are going to form, like-minded groups. I feel like people are going to have to get together in smaller, I hate to say factions, but factions of people that all agree with each other. And they're going to have to like kind of evolve together and then attach to other groups and slowly, very slowly come together. We will see with group consciousness that the ideas matter more than the person who has the idea. So we are going from a society where we want one leader. You know, we're always looking for that leader to come change the world and to help. And now we will see people grabbing ideas from one person and running with it. They might bounce off a bunch of different people to gather the information, but no one person is like the holder of truth. It becomes more about ideas, and passing those ideas along, and delving deeper into those ideas, and developing that group consciousness where it's not just one individual, it is the whole. So I do believe that we will see a lot of that, and we actually do see a lot of that now, where as far as leadership is concerned, there is a lot of seeing energy and ideas being more important than an individual leader. And that's not just because of trust, but because of energy changing. Now, as far as the world is concerned, there are many countries that are ahead of the United States and being group-minded as far as wanting everybody in that country to be okay and to thrive. But the United States is very strong about freedom. And so those are two Aquarius traits, which is why it's so interesting trying to see how that's all going to work out. Because the United States is clearly bucking up against the group consciousness aspect, the love everybody aspect, that everybody deserves to be well aspect. Now we do see it. We see it happening where people are standing up for others, not based on the fact that they benefit directly, but because they think it's right. That's the Aquarian energy. But the whole freedom thing is going to put a wrench in the works. It is going to be a little painful as this energy shakes things up and breaks things up, and we have a lot of time to be able to witness all of this change that's happening. So lastly, with the Aquarian age, the thing is that don't feel like this is a bad thing, because there is going to be a lot that happens and continues to happen that seems very painful and not good, but things have to be broken up. Systems have to be broken. New systems have to come take the place of old systems, and the ways of doing things needs to change so that we can have a situation where we're all living free and truly free, because nobody's really free, at least not in this country. And so there are systems that have to be dismantled. So you will see a lot of dismantling, because the current status quo does not support the Aquarian age. And that being said, there's more than one very dominant energy in the world right now, and I will do a video on that soon about the different energies that are affecting the world right now, and creating everything that's going on. Well, I think that's about it as far as what the Age of Aquarius is about and what we have to look forward to. Please take care of yourselves. Please like this video, subscribe, share if you find that you would like to do that. And thank you for watching. I appreciate your comments as well. Take care. Bye.